What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today, you join me up in the attic of the starter house because we are starting the episode off with a dripstone farm. I figured at some point I need to farm lava, and we only have 10 pointed dripstones because I have yet to find a dripstone cave. So what better way to get more pointed dripstones so that we can farm the lava than to get started with a dripstone farm? So then we can get more of the pointed dripstone and the actual dripstone that we can then use for the lava farm. Perfect. So we'll kick things off with a little border of glass up here, and I'm thinking we're going to have this just above the window. So we'll come in probably by one and one like that. That way we'll still be able to actually, you know what? Maybe one. We'll make it a little bit more narrow. So we'll do something like that. The glass back, and this is going to be for the water that we have inside of it, just so I don't accidentally like take out the carpets or anything like that. But what we're going to do is we're just going to make a nice little box here. Doesn't need to be super big because we only have 10 pointed dripstone to start. You know what? I think we'll just come out to about here. We can always relocate this later and make it bigger, so there's no reason to overdo it. So we'll just get a nice little border out of unspawnable blocks like that. And then underneath here in the middle, so we'll do, let's see. And I guess we'll just use the dripstone itself as a temporary block. So we'll come down like that. Get rid of that one, which of course is not going to fall down, but that's fine because we need to be up there anyway. So scaffold on up. Perfect. And then we can continue with our dripstone and just go ahead and fill this all in. Perfect. All right, we got it all filled in. Now all we got to do is grab our 2 water buckets, and we'll place one here. And then skip a block, place it there, so we have an infinite water source. And then we'll just go every other block. Perfect. And then we can come to this side, do that block, and that should fill the whole thing right in. Awesome. And that should all be spawn proof as well. So, you know what? Just in case, though, I'm a little paranoid today. Just do that. And that should light it all the way back here. Yeah. If it wasn't already lit by the torches enough, it is now. So we can get our scaffolding back. And then we'll just go ahead and throw our dripstone underneath these. And we'll just do a nice little row. And boop. But then as those grow down, we can just come in here and quickly harvest them up. Probably not going to make this look any fancier, so later we can get a actual structure for this. But in the time being, I just wanted to get it like kind of rolling. And yeah, so now we've got that. So that's good for the time being. When we need a bigger amount of dripstone, we'll have to redo that. But for the time being, like I said, we'll just let the pointed dripstones grow so we can use it for the lava farm that I want to make, because some of the bigger, like, farms do, well, I do like lava for decorating as well. So definitely want the unlimited lava. And the reason that made me think of the lava is today's actual project, which is going to be a moss and azalea farm, which is also going to double as a unlimited bone meal farm that we don't have to do anything for, which is fantastic. And what prompted that was I want to get a structure around the sheep farm and the iron farm, and I wanted to use bone blocks for the walls, and in order to do that, we are going to need quite a bit of bone meal. So, best way, I think, in 1.18 to get bone meal, I don't think it's a skeleton farm, I think it's honestly moss farm. So, I'm going to go ahead and gather all the stuff that we need for the moss farm, and then I will meet back up with you and we'll get cracking on it. So I'll see you in a jump cut. Alrighty, back. Short time for you, a little bit for me, but I got all the stuff that we're going to need for this particular farm. It is a design by Mr. Buzuki that I used last season, actually. I just modified it a little bit, which I will probably be doing again this time to really crank out the bone meal output on this. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to build the farm from the tutorial. It's the same one. I'll put it in the link below. It's the same one as last season if you want to go check that out too, because I actually kind of redid the tutorial with a little bit extra. But we're going to go ahead, build the farm, and then because it is fully self-sufficient on the bone meal, we'll have the bone meal going in there, and then the excess will get sorted out. So basically the farm will generate the bone meal, which will then power the farm, but then it'll also give us quite a bit of moss, azalea, both types, and the moss carpet, which will be great. And then everything that we don't need, or when the storage starts to overflow, we'll have it sent back around into the collection system. So that way we'll continue to get even more bone meal than we normally would. So regardless, it's profitable, but it's going to be extra profitable once it backs up. So I'm going to hop into that. Hopefully we'll be able to have a time lapse here. We'll see if replay mod actually works or not, but I will see you momentarily and we'll check it out. So give me just a moment to get the farm in, and then we'll go ahead and keep cracking on. So I'll see you in just a second.
What we do here is go back.
Alrighty, so the farm is built, and it looks like I might have put it a little bit close to this building, so whoops. But I think it should be salvageable. I mean, we do have a couple blocks here in between them, so I mean, they'll be kind of tucked together, but we can make it work. So now I got to get the auto sorter on this thing, and basically what I think I'm going to do is we're going to pull these across like this. Let's see if I can do this fast enough. We're going to get rid of that one and place that with that. So now the hoppers are going to go this direction. And then let's see. So we're going to have a block like this. So 4 blocks like that. And those are going to be for the actual item sorters. We're going to need hoppers placing into those. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then on this one, you know what, give me just a minute to figure this out, and then I'll join back up with you, and we'll have a look at what I came up with. So I kind of got to re-engineer my previous design, so I will be right back. Alrighty, so got the storage system all put in. So on my old design, what I had done was so there's an auto sorter here, and actually this chest we can totally get rid of. That is left over. We won't be needing that anymore. So hop into free cam to show you what happens is that's not supposed to happen right there. Might have to fix that. Anyway, but the moss will get converted into, or the stone will get converted into moss blocks. And then the pistons will push the stone, which will break the existing moss. And then every so often the water will come. If we just wait for it, there it goes. Comes and washes all of the stone away here. Or not the stone, the moss, into these hoppers. So the ones that get picked up on this end are the ones that go to the collection system. And then these ones are the ones that get recycled back into the bone meal. And it goes relatively quick. I mean, if we hop in over here, we can go and look at the bone meal chest. We already have 51 in there, and this thing's only been running for not that long at all, maybe 10 minutes tops. And then we're getting quite a bit of the various different things. We're still waiting for the azaleas to stack up to the full 41 that we need for the item sorter to work, but we've got the classic Impulse SV item sorter right here, an extra block on the side because the water kept messing up my redstone torches and repeaters. This one right here as well, so we got them for the torches. Repeaters are all blocked off, everything's lit up. We had a little creeper explosion, luckily it did not break the farm. And then I got some wood put down at the bottom, did not mean to do that. So yeah, overall, quite happy with how this came out. So what'll happen is all of the seeds will get composted into bone meal via our composter right there. It's already started a little bit. And then all the excess moss and stuff will either go into this chest and be recycled back into the dispenser as it needs it, or it will build up as bone meal. And then all of the extra, once this fills, or all these fill up, it'll just get turned into bone meal over here. So we'll have plenty of bone meal, more than we can possibly know what to do with once we get this thing ramped up to full production speed. So yeah, definitely happy with the build. This is like probably the best bone meal farm you can get. I am going to go up there and see if we can't, let's see, what do I have on me? If we can't fix that little issue up there. So let's see, let's get our, I guess, stone. I'm not really too sure here, but let's see if we can't fix this. I'm not sure why it, or what's wrong with it. Actually, we should hypothetically just be able to, yeah, get rid of those. Then let it push its way back down here. Get rid of this one and this one. Just put one right there. And then let's see if the bone meal will spread to these far stones over here. Okay, that's not supposed to be doing that. Alright, something happened. I think I broke it again. Go ahead and just turn this off. Alright, well, I need a second to troubleshoot, because this farm, like, once you've got it done, it kind of, it's finicky. So give me just a moment, and I will be right back, and hopefully the farm will work. So, alright, got it working again. Basically, what I had to do was flick the machine off, flick it back on, and then just bone meal one of the moss blocks so it would spread to the other ones, like, manually, and that triggered the observer and got everything working again. So yeah, like I was saying, just definitely happy with how this thing's working. As you can see, it's chugging right along. So what'll happen is the pistons over here are on a timer. So occasionally they'll go and they'll push the blocks, which will break the moss. And then there's a timer on the bone meal that will bone meal the one in the center, and then it'll spread. And then if possible, when the pistons move, it will break the moss. And it's timed just so, see, yep, and it'll grow the new stuff, it'll get washed away. Doesn't really get the ends all that much because the moss doesn't spread quite that far every time. But it's nice to have the caution there. And then the middle row does not move at all because that is how we are getting our moss to spread, is that middle block right there is being bone mealed. So yeah, overall, super happy with it. Definitely going to have to figure out what kind of structure we're going to put around this thing at some point, but unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for today's episode, and we do got to let this thing run for a little bit so the bone meal can build up. So my plan is to hopefully AFK at this thing overnight a little bit. Got the weekend coming up. I'm recording this on Friday, so should be able to AFK if I remember over the weekend, and that should get our bone meal nice and built up so that we can not only get a structure around this building, but around that building as well. So that being said, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out. Don't forget to check out my socials in the description below, as well as a tutorial for the original video. And yeah, as always, have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend if it's the weekend, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.